Podcast City Network.
Keep up with the latest shows and content from Podcast City Network over on podcastcity.net. Follow them on facebook.com/Podcast City Network, Twitter @PodcastCityNet. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast City Network. On Twitch, Podcast City Network. Podcast City Network, your top source for independent podcasting. Be creative, be yourself.
Whether it's a sticker for your car, a t-shirt for that special someone, or a neck garter to keep safe during COVID-19, Podcast City Network has you covered. Grab the latest PCN gear today at podcastcity.net/shop to show your support for your favorite show or shows from Podcast City Network today. Podcast City Network, your top source for independent podcasting. Be creative, be yourself. Want to start a podcast, trying to grow your current show? Podcast City Network is here to help. We currently offer services for social media advertising, marketing, live stream hosting, custom logo design and branding, transcript services, custom intro and outro videos, audio-video editing, press kits, one-on-one consultants, and much more. So don't wait. Contact us today. podcastcity.net/services. Head over to the website, fill out the form, get in contact with Podcast City Network, your top source for independent podcasting. Be creative, be yourself. Have you ever wanted to start a podcast but didn't know how? Do you already have a podcast but you don't know how to grow it? Are you trying to find ways to make your podcast profitable? You can learn how to do it here at Podcast City Network. We offer consultant services, tutorial classes to help with learning to better expand your knowledge to grow your show. We also give access to our network of shows to help with cross-promotions, guests, and overall reach, while becoming a part of our ever-expanding PCN community based on people helping people. The best part is no membership fee. So what are you waiting for? Fill out the contact form below right here over on podcastcity.net/join now and sign up today. Podcast City Network, your top source for independent podcasting. Be creative, be yourself. When I want to kick back a few cold ones with my friends, I head over to City Limits Taproom. City Limits Taproom has a wide selection of TVs to watch your favorite sports, indoor and outdoor seating, and they are pet friendly. City Limits Taproom also has food made fresh to order, and the grilled cheese is excellent. I recommend the grilled cheese and the apple pie cider with fries on the side. You can't go wrong with that, baby. For more information for upcoming events, head over to facebook.com/City Limits Taproom.
The Everett Lee Show.
Wow. Great advertisement. Great everything from Podcast City Network to our sponsor, City Limits Taproom, which is at their new location. I want to throw that out there at the beginning of this program. And I just want to say, what's happening, everyone? Welcome to another episode of The Everett Lee Show. I'm The Everett Lee. I want to give a shout out to everyone that follows me on social media, Facebook, Everett Lee Show, Twitter, Everett Lee, Instagram, Everett Lee, and right over here on Podcast City Network. Well, it's been a while since I've done this, and I pretty much got with my partner in crime tonight here because we've been itching to do another one, because last time we did one, we were talking and discussing about, I believe it was Loki, but tonight, he's back. We're going to talk, get into some discussion. I want to welcome back to the program the Everett Lee Show's favorite resident, Chris Carnage.
What's going on, guys? Or should I say the old ceremonial, hey, fans. Tell you what, I'm excited to be here tonight. A little under the weather, but still making it happen. I'm excited. You excited? I'm excited.
I'm excited. I won't, hold it against you too much if you start hacking up a lung there or something on me.
It may or may not happen. We will see.
But yeah, man. Last time we did one of these, man, we were discussing Loki, And that was probably what? This is now November. That was back in, damn, Chris, what month was that? Back we talked about Loki.
Yeah, that was a hot minute ago, to be perfectly honest.
That was probably probably what? July, I think. That was last time.
Something like that. Been a hot minute. Now we're here in November, in the thick of sports, and a lot of new stuff that's going to be coming out. New stuff that has come out. I'm pretty excited, man.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Talking about sports, dude. Braves winning the freaking World Series, man.
It happened. It happened in 6 games, 4-2. We're going to talk a lot more about it on Final Score on Tuesday. But yeah, man, the Braves did it. Took down the Astros.
Wow. I remember the 1995 World Series because 2 of my favorite teams were in it, man. Braves and the Cleveland Indians. And I had the privilege of seeing the Indians play live back in 1999 at the stadium there, where they went up against the Detroit Tigers. They won, I believe it was like 6-4. David C. Russell, nice. Boo. Sorry, David. Braves just kick ass this season, man. Don't be hating on the Braves. Don't be hating, playa. But yeah, I was bummed about when I went to see Indians play, that for the fact that Dave Justice wasn't playing, because I followed Dave Justice. I met Dave Justice in 1994 at a car wash in Atlanta, Georgia, when I was working at one during the summer with my cousin. Did I ever tell you about that?
No.
Yeah, I was 15 years old. Got a summer job with my cousin, and I was cleaning out cars. This guy pulls up in a car, wanting his car cleaned, so I cleaned out the car, and he's going over there. He goes inside, and he's watching, the car going down, getting clean, and I'm walking by, and I'm like, man, this dude is huge. Guy walks up to me, and they're like, dude, you know who that is? I said, who? And they said, Dave Justice. I was like, no way. I was like, I started almost marking out. I'm like, Dave Justice, plays for the Braves. So I was about to go up, and I'm like, I'm going to go ask for an autograph. And as soon as I went to go, one of the girls grabbed me and said, he don't like giving autographs out. He don't like to be like, like that. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I'll be back. So she goes and she gets him, when there's no one around, and gets his autograph. And he was pretty chilled, but I did talk to him just for a minute there, and he was pretty cool, man. He was a pretty good guy. I didn't make it like noticeable. I did what I was told. I didn't want to, 15 years old, like, oh my God, it's Dave Justice. You know how that goes, man.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, it was good. It was good. I get to meet him though, but that just surprised me, man. The Atlanta Braves winning the freaking World Series. No, I didn't wash his balls, David. I didn't wash his balls. Sorry.
Oh, David.
Oh, damn. But man, a lot of other stuff's been going on. I mean, especially on your end there. Seven Kingdoms, man. They've been hitting it on tour, man. How long they been on tour now?
No, they went on tour. We're on tour, I think, for like a good 6 to 8 weeks. Ended up having their van go down. Had to fly back after the whole tour, but got the van up and running, and now they're getting ready to go out and do another tour starting in December. And they're almost done recording a lot of the tracks for the new album that's going to be coming out. So a lot of great stuff going on with Seven Kingdoms, man. And now they have found the magic of streaming. So you can also catch them on Twitch now with their Twitch streams. So a lot of craziness, man. Really?
So they're streaming now, huh? Did Chris Carnage help them out with that?
I might have.
Well, that's good. What is tell me a little bit about that stream they do.
They do a lot of streaming where it's either them recording music, talking about music, getting a pump on and getting a workout in, a lot of random stuff, just, life in a band kind of thing. So really great content.
Nice. I always like seeing that extra content from bands and stuff, especially one from a band as Seven Kingdoms, man. They're like Cameron Cruz is like a workhorse, Mr. 24/7.
Oh yeah,
Mr. 365, no days off, huh?
Pretty much. My God, the guy's a machine.
Yeah, he's a machine, all right. He definitely is. I had to slow my machine down here lately after the last few months. What happened? It's been a year now since my best friend Dion, since he passed away. It's been 1 year. I can't believe it. It's
that's crazy.
It
Rest
is.
in peace.
I know. I miss him. I think about him. And then, of course, a couple months ago, I didn't really say too much on social media about it, though, but back September, my mother passed away. I know I put some posts out there and stuff, but she passed away at the beginning of September, and that was really rough there, and just trying to get through that and all the whole situation. I was letting you know what was going on, and I do appreciate you reaching out to me and saying, "Hey, you okay?" I do.
Brother.
I do appreciate that, because it's not been easy, and this has been an up and down roller coaster for 2021. I always thought at the end of 2021 is going to be, things are going to be looking up. It's had some high points, it had some low points, but we're pretty much one more, about a month away for the new year, and it's creeped up on us this quick, and there's a lot of stuff to actually look forward to that's going to be coming out here next year. Finally, stuff like movies and everything that I've been waiting for that's been postponed, that was supposed to come out 2 years ago now.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. One of the things I wanted to ask you is, since the last time we did talk about, we were on here talking about Loki, What If? Did you see it?
Oh yeah, the What If series on Disney Plus, absolute gold. I feel like beginning to end. Some were a little lackluster, some of the episodes, but that ending, man, wow, just wow. They really went there, and it was really crazy.
Yeah, it was. Out of all, they've ran what 10 episodes, I think, or 6 or 7 episodes? 8. Out of all
9 episodes.
9 episodes, that's right. Out of all the 9 episodes that they ran, what would have to be your favorite and least episode from all 9 that stands out?
Probably my least favorite would either be the Captain Carter as the first Avenger, or actually I'll probably have to go with Thor if he were an only child. It seemed like a lot more tomfoolery and just joking around, seeing what they could play around with and stuff like that, and didn't really tie into much of anything other than the fact of, hey, here's Thor and this is how we're going to bring him in. But when it comes to my favorite, the last 2 episodes are in a dead even heat with if Ultron won and if the Watcher broke his oath. Those 2 episodes were absolute gold, especially if the Watcher broke his oath. That, man, great stuff. Really great stuff.
Great story. Those last 2 episodes were great, man. What got me on that one, the Ultron episode, was when Thanos showed up. I was like, oh, yeah. Ultron's going to get his ass kicked.
Yep, murked him.
Just dead. It's like, what is this? And then he just went on like a berserker killing spree, man. It's like, all right, I killed Earth. Oh, there's a universe wider out there, and he goes and destroys every planet that he can destroy. And that pretty much was it until, he discovered the Watcher, and the Watcher broke his oath. But I liked how the Watcher took everybody that we've encountered along the way and threw them all together. And of course, I mean, you couldn't trust Black Panther's cousin. Damn, I'm not gonna say. I forget his name, man.
The old Killmonger.
Yeah, you couldn't trust Killmonger, because he's bad anyway. He's in it for himself. How could you throw him in there? How can you throw someone in there in that? But I guess they needed him, but his episode was interesting, man. He'd saved Tony Stark, and then Iron Man never.
Yeah.
That was nuts, man. Never, Iron Man never existed because of that. With him saving him. That was, I think, one of my favorite ones. I have to say, your least favorite one. My favorite one was Thor, because I thought it was a fun episode. That was one of my favorites, and the zombie one was great.
Yeah, that one was pretty good too, honestly.
Yeah, there's nothing like seeing a 50-foot zombie wasp.
Yeah, right?
God, that was just crazy. Or a zombie Wanda with powers. That was the cool thing about it.
Oh, that was scary.
Yeah, Vision was feeding people to her. I love
Trying
you.
to keep her alive. I love you.
Yeah, what is it? The death of Bridezilla.
Yeah, right.
Death before her. Almost like a Resident Evil moment there.
You ain't lying.
Nah.
Oh.
Nah. It was good. I did like how it ended. I will throw this out there too. The Doctor Strange one was great. That reminded me almost.
It was dark.
It was dark. It was the darkest one, I think. Time Machine. Remember the H.G. Wells Time Machine? That's what it reminded me of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because no matter what he did, she was destined to die. Destined to die, no matter what. You could put her here, she's going to die. You put her there, she's going to die. That was her destiny in that universe, which I thought was really grand. I'm just excited to see the rest of the shows that are going to be coming out. I know, what was it? The Hawkeye trailer. That's coming out. Did you see that?
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
No, you haven't? Dude, it's going to be a 6-part episode starting on November 24th. They're going to start. They're going to stream. They're going to have the first 2 episodes available, and then I guess within the next few weeks they're going to drop the next 4 episodes. But November 24th, you get the first 2 episodes, and from the trailer, I'll say this: it's like he's basically training what's her name to become the next Hawkeye, but she gets in over her head, and he basically he's trying to get her out of a predicament, and he just wants to go home for Christmas. That's all he wants to do, because it's going to be Christmas themed, so that looks like it's going to be really good. Talking about other trailers,
we got a note on one real quick. I'm sorry, just because I ran The Mandalorian over the past 4 or 5 days, the Book of Boba Fett, December 29th, is going to be another one. They actually had a trailer drop for that not too long ago. That should be amazing, and I'm really interested to see how Boba Fett now as the power player on Tatooine is going to play out, and especially with if you watch the trailer, the whole respect thing and all that. I'm interested to see how all this is going to tie together.
Yeah, I watched that trailer, man. I got excited about it. I was like, this dropped already? Because, dude, it looks like it's going to be great, because it's like he's trying, I guess he's trying to not do what, Jabba did. He's trying to not be Jabba, but you think he may fall into that role because, look, you're a gangster, you're war, Jabba was a gangster.
The OG gangster.
Yeah, he was. He was until Princess Leia choked his ass out.
Yeah, right.
I wonder if they're gonna bring that up. I wonder if they're gonna bring up how Jabba died. It's like he got his ass choked out.
We'll definitely see. I'm interested if they're going to touch on some of that, and if the Hutts are even going to come back into play, because Jabba wasn't the only Hutt out there. So, I'm really interested to see where they're going to go with it. December 29th, though, on Disney Plus. I can't wait.
You said you read the Book of Fett.
It's called the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, did you read any of the books based off?
I I read some, but most of the ones I read were like Back to Bakura and things like that. Some of the Dark Alliance series and stuff like that. But when it comes to Boba Fett and Jango, there was only one book I read. I can't even remember the title of it, but it also had Boba Fett escaping the Sarlacc pit and being able to seek retribution. So. And I wonder, too, if that's like where this eventually could go, where it starts out with respect, but the retribution aspect, the revenge aspect, that authority aspect ends up coming into play, and he ends up putting his foot down and wreaking some havoc.
Yeah. Yeah, he wants respect. Hopefully he don't become another, Jabba. That's the whole thing. And
right.
They've barely teased anything on The Mandalorian Season 3.
Yeah, I think it's because right now I think they're trying to shift so much focus to all the other properties they have going on with Disney Plus right now, and we're moving into the holiday season. I think they're trying to keep a little bit off it right now so they can try and build on it, because I think they're going to end up coming out with something probably pretty big when it comes to The Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. It was I think it was earlier this year. The one cast member's not coming back over some social media BS.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll eventually they will, get season 3 of Mandalorian out there. Speaking of Mandalorian, you see the new Grogu toy that eats stuff?
Oh yeah, the Grogu toy that just devours things. Disney is all about marketing and all about putting out some crazy stuff. So, not too surprised, I guess.
I'm waiting for some like perverted people to actually put something in his hand.
Oh my god!
I'm waiting for it. Someone will.
Oh my god!
I would only think of that.
Only you.
I would only think of that. I seen that. I thought that was like, wow, that's crazy. It's funny because he's been called Baby Yoda for so long, and it says on the box, Baby Grogu. You're still gonna have kids run up in the store. Hey, mommy, Baby Yoda. It's like, no, that's Baby Grogu.
Oh, Grogu and all his amazingness. But I'm interested to see where they're going to go with that as well, just because we're left off with Grogu going with Luke Skywalker at the end of the rescue. So, how does he end up getting reunited with Din Djarin and all that, and being able to have that happen, because that's your main characters right there between Grogu and the Mandalorian. Like that's what you got. So, and Gina not coming back to the show because of, obviously her social media comments and things like that. So you lose another, good supporting character there. So I don't know. I'm interested to see how they do it. Yeah, and I wonder if Luke Skywalker comes back into it.
Probably. They may end up actually taking some more characters from the Star Universe and having them come in and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a Han Solo or a Chewie show up.
Yeah, I could see that too, honestly.
Maybe. I don't know. It depends on Harrison Ford, because I think he was pretty much done. He was done with the character, having it killed off in The Force Awakens, I believe.
Yeah. I don't think he would come back and reprise the role, but another deep fake? Who knows? So a lot of things that could happen with that, honestly. And I could even see where Princess Leia comes into the picture and they try to do another deep fake of her and try and improve on what they had in the sequel trilogy. So, yeah, a lot of interesting avenues that could happen with that.
Yeah. Speaking of Star Wars, it's airing on TV right now on TNT. It premiered tonight.
What's that?
The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh snap!
Yeah, they've been playing all the Star Wars movies. Last night I fell asleep on the couch there. I was sitting there watching like 2:00 in the morning, watching Solo.
I love it.
My eyes were so heavy, I just could not watch it, man. I tried, I fell asleep. I was sitting there 2:00 in the morning, laying there on the couch watching Solo. After watching all the other Star Wars, having TV on all day. It don't matter what I'm doing. If that's on, I stop what I'm doing, at least watch it. you got to love it, man. You know, Star Wars is pretty much pop culture. And one thing about pop culture with Star Wars, Dune came out, man. And I didn't know this.
Yes.
There's a lot of similarities with Dune and Star Wars. Someone pointed out to me.
It's all about the spice.
All about the spice.
Oh man, but no, yeah, there are a lot of similarities, just like, you know, the oppressive nature of having, you know, a big faction that's, you know, trying to lord over people. But the biggest thing too, I haven't seen Dune yet, but I played a lot of the Dune video games and stuff back in the day and saw some of the old one, and I'm really interested to see how they did it. I've heard nothing but good things to this point about it, but yeah, I'm really interested to see how that one turns out.
I'm interested just to see it. I'd like to just pick up the book and just read it and just see how that goes about, because
there's so much more in the books from what I heard.
Yeah, I did too. And it did a killing, I guess. It did really well at the box office, you know, this past week. And I know a lot of people were excited waiting for Dune to come out. And I'm excited about some more Marvel stuff coming out. You see the second Morbius trailer?
I haven't seen the second one yet.
Oh, man. Yeah, that looks really good. The second Morbius trailer really looks good. And I was reading, I guess it was from Esquire.com. I was reading a interview. They said, what universe does Morbius fit into? Because at the beginning of the trailer of this one, they talk about, they have, what's his name, from the Fast and Furious movies. I guess he's playing a cop, Tyrese Gibson. He said, this kind of reminds me of what happened in San Francisco, talking about Venom. Okay, and in the middle of the movie, of the trailer, not the movie, but the trailer, then he's pretty much in the MCU. He's talking to Vulture, and then towards the end of it, it's like he's in the Tobey Maguire verse. It's like, what's happening? What universe is he fitting into? And they're making all these conspiracy theories, and the fans are like, well, we don't understand what universe he's in. I've not heard anything about that. I've not heard anything about it.
The things I've heard about it is that it's still going to be part of Sony's Spider-Man universe, and it's going to tie in directly to that. He's not necessarily in the MCU, but there's a split right now, because Tyrese Gibson apparently had confirmed that the Morbius movie, I'm sorry, was going to be part of the MCU, but Sony has been just vehemently denying it. So with that, Sony does hold the rights to Spider-Man and the Spider-Man universe. So with that, and that being one of Spider-Man's, you know, villains, I think it's going to end up being on what Sony's saying more than, you know, what Tyrese Gibson said. So, I mean, we'll see. But I think it should be really good. Jared Leto be coming in, man. I think it'll be really good.
Yeah. I'd have to say that this right here, Jared Leto, he's done a lot of but he's done a lot of interesting roles in his career. He's done a lot, but there's not been one that you could say when you hear that movie, you're like, oh yeah, Jared Leto. He's not had that movie yet in his career. When I feel that after Morbius, people are going to say, when they hear Morbius and think Morbius the Living Vampire, Jared Leto. Just like Tony Stark, Iron Man, you think Robert Downey Jr. This is going to be his role. This will be the role that he will have, that role that will finally define him. You know, it's like, this is his role. And I feel the same way goes with Robert Pattinson, that second Batman trailer, man.
Oh, yeah. Batman is going to be something.
Yeah.
This ain't your daddy's Batman.
No, it's not. It's not.
Man.
I love the cast.
This isn't even I love the cast too, honestly. And that's what I was going to say. You know, it's definitely a very interesting cast. But the biggest thing I was going to say is that, you know, this Batman, and I'm just, especially with Pattinson playing him, I'm very interested to see if he can keep the grit of Batman. And from what I've seen in the trailers, it looks like he has. And I don't know. I'm really excited to see how it's going to turn out.
I'm excited because I was listening to a previous episode of the Imaginarium, and Scott and Todd, shout out the Imaginarium podcast on Podcast CCE Network. Todd brought it up.
Buddy.
He brought up the point that people hold it against Robert Pattinson because of Twilight. And I agree with Todd's point for the fact he went in, he got hired to do a movie, he did his part, he played his part, he did the movie. Okay? He has a lot of great movies out there. I've seen him in other roles. He's an underrated actor, and a lot of people hold the Twilight thing against him. I feel when they see this, Chris, Robert Pattinson is going to bring, this is going to be his own Batman. Like Keaton brought something to the table. Affleck brought something different. Everyone who's put on that camping has brought something different, and Patterson's going to bring something different. And dude, it looks badass. I just love the fighting and the car.
Robert Pattinson, man. Like you said, from Adam West to Robert Pattinson, everybody's going to leave their mark on this character, and I think that Pattinson's going to be able to really, bring a grittiness that I think that we haven't really seen, in my opinion, since Christian Bale.
Yeah.
So, but I'm really excited for those to see Colin Farrell playing the Penguin. I think that's going to be really good, and I think that's going to bring a whole new side to the Penguin.
Yeah. That's going to be different, and of course the Riddler, how they're going to do that, different.
Oh yeah, Paul Dano.
Yeah, what they did different from what Jim Carrey did, for what Batman Forever. Yeah, this has some really good potential, and audience test reaction have been freaking great. People are like, "Wow, we want more," and I'm looking forward to definitely seeing that one right there. And another one I'm interested in seeing is the Scream coming out. Scream 5.
Oh, Scream. They need to stop making those. It's a dead horse. Stop beating it.
Hey, I was a senior in high school when the first Scream came out, dude. That was a great time. The timing of that movie in 1998 when I was a senior in high school when that came out was just perfect. I remember going to school on a Monday after it came out on the weekend, and people's like, "Did you see it? Did you see Scream?" It's like, "No, what's Scream?" And they're like, "You gotta see it." And I went to the theaters to see it, and I'm like, "Holy crap! I never seen it just caught my attention." And the timing at that time there in 98, 97, 98, not much was going on. And it just fit perfect. I remember going to theaters, seeing the second one, and was like packed house seeing the second Scream, which I enjoyed, and the third one, but I went to the fourth one. I just felt like, oh man, it was missing something, because Wes Craven was poking fun of himself pretty much at that point. But then Wes is gone. Wes Craven passed away, and this is going to be the first film that he don't have his hand in, and they're going to try to carry the legacy. But I think I believe in that conspiracy theory of like everyone talking about Billy Loomis didn't die, or it's this offspring of Billy Loomis, or not Billy Loomis, Stu, who got the TV dropped on him, man. He got TV dropped on him. That was pretty much it. Billy got shot in the head. Just like his mom in the second one. You ain't coming back from that.
You ain't lying.
Nah. And I think Stu, it would be Stu coming back. Well, no, he would be moving a little bit slow because he's old now,
Yeah.
He takes the mask off, revealed himself. It's like, oh no, it's Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. He's the killer.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, too ridiculous. Oh, too good.
But the trailer, man, it looks pretty damn badass. It does. It looks badass. Just the suspense. That's what got me. Looking at this one, I'm like, oh, it's a Scream trailer. They're going to show someone killing and all this stuff. And yeah, they showed some stuff, but the line that really got me was when Ghostface looked at Cindy Prescott and said, "Hello, Cindy. It's an honor." I was like, dude, I want to see it now. I want to see.
Well, there's also a second trailer drop for another series, Stranger Things season 4. Trailer 2 finally dropped, and they are changing the actual setting from Hawkins, Indiana, to California, and finally released when it's going to come out, summer of 2022.
Yes.
So, man, I'm pretty excited to see that.
I am too. Stranger Things, man, that was my thing. I bought the first season on DVD, or no, Blu-ray. I have the first season on Blu-ray, which is awesome.
Nice.
And I watched that. Amanda, my wife, watched pretty much, she caught the tail end of it and started watching the second season. And then I showed her a recap of the first season, and she was like, okay, cool. So she knew what was going on. And she pretty much watched it all the way, and by the end of the third season, we were just like, no, and then just come find out in the teaser that Hopper's still alive. that was great. And I wonder where they're going to go, because there's been talked about having, like, you know, Russia is trying to open the portal back up again, and they're trying to mess with more of going to upside down. And they're building like a railroad track, because if you know, in this world, whatever you build in this world is available in upside down. Because, you know, if they build a train track, then they're going to have a train track in upside down. And I wonder what type of scary things we haven't seen yet in upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the Russians messing with everything. Never a good thing.
Yeah.
But no, I'm definitely interested to see like how that's going to tie in, especially talking 80s California. A lot of things that could go on with that, because you got to think even upside down, dude. Just, oh my god, there's so much that could go into that. But I'm not going to speculate too much, because I don't want to try and ruin it for myself. But no, I think it's going to be some really good stuff, man. I really can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait. Since we're talking about Stranger Things, let's throw in there the actor who's going to be in a movie coming out here, I think, next week. Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yes.
Yeah.
It actually looks pretty decent. I'm not going to lie. I was very skeptical of the last one, mainly because of the casting decisions. But yeah, you're going to see Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things come in and play the character Trevor in the movie. So I think it's gonna be really good. Paul Rudd is gonna be pulling a lot in this, I think, to kind of keep this movie going. But I think it's easy. They're gonna have Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray come back in it. So I think it's gonna be really interesting. I think it'll be good.
Yeah, they're gonna have the returning cast. Of course, I always forget the secretary's name from Ghostbusters. I always forget her name.
Oh, the McKenna Grace, who's playing Phoebe.
Yeah, the secretary. You know, Ghostbusters. You know.
Oh yeah.
I forget, Janine, I think it was. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. She's back in it. And I like how the fact is that this is
Annie Potts. That was her name.
Yep, Annie Potts. I like how they pretty much just is a continuation of the story, or the next chapter with a new generation that had to do with the first two movies. And I liked how the butthurt generation got butthurt when they ignored the 2016 Ghostbusters. I love that, how they
should have. Oh my God.
They don't exist. The 2016 don't exist.
It's horrendous.
Yeah.
It's horrendous.
Yeah, I love that. I loved how everyone got hurt, and they went on they pulled out their pitchforks, social media pitchforks and stakes and lynch mob and all that shit. But, they can get over it, because you got a good director that's going to be directing a great movie that's picking up.
Jason Reitman.
Yep, he's going to pick up where his dad, what he started with the first one. And it's going to be great. You got a returning cast. How can you go wrong with that, man?
Yeah, even Sigourney Weaver's going to be in it. Like, they really got everybody pretty much to come back for this. So it's going to be really, I think it's going to be really good. Paul Rudd, I think, is going to add a whole nother level of comedy to this. Obviously, Paul Rudd riding a huge high right now after everything in the MCU.
Oh, yeah.
And still to come in the MCU. So, yeah, I think this is going to be a really good one. Supposed to drop November 19th. So, yeah, just 12 days away.
Yeah. Yeah, I said next week. Yeah, November 19th. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited about it because I wanna see what they're gonna do with it, and a lot of great stuff. Did I tell you I watched Venom: Let There Be Carnage?
Yeah, you did tell me about that. I still haven't seen it yet.
Dude, you got to see it. It's they paced it and played it well enough where the payoff at the end was great. You know, they didn't, you know, they paced it just enough to where you had at that final moment, that build up, you had the big battle between Carnage and Venom, and you know, Venom going, "Oh shit, it's a red one!" It's like that was a great moment when he saw Cassidy turn into, you know, Carnage, and Venom's like, you know, he's like, "Oh no, that's a red one." It's like, why? So the red ones are bad. What I liked about Let There Be Carnage is the relationship with Venom and Eddie, how they have that relationship there and how they deal with each other. I mean, I still laugh at the apartment scene when Venom's like, "Fuck you, I'm getting away from you," and he's like, "I don't want you no more," and he's fighting himself, and you got the guy downstairs hollering, pushing the shopping cart. He's like, "Motherfuckers," so like Samuel L. Jackson, "I'm gonna come up there and whip your ass." And
oh my god,
he goes to go up this thing to go whip their ass, and Venom gets detached from Eddie, and when he falls out the window, it was like a Samuel L. Jackson moment. He falls on top of the guy, and he's like, "Motherfucker."
Oh my god.
And then he looks, Venom, Eddie looks out the window and sees Venom, and he gets by his bike. He's like, "Don't you?" And he's like, "Ah," and he just freaking destroys his bike. Great moment, man. Great moment. That guy just idle died when that guy he's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "You're possessed by Venom now."
That's crazy.
Buckle your seatbelt, buddy. You're in for a ride, man. You didn't expect this. One moment you're pushing a TV down the street, next moment you're freaking tearing up someone's bike against their will. It had those laugh out moments, man. It did. And Woody Harrelson, he's gotten better in the last few years with all these roles that he's been doing here and there. I mean, you know, having a role in Solo, doing this one right here, it looked like he had fun doing this. It did. You know, almost like Natural Born Killer type. I think he pulled some of that out there, the Natural Born Killer, you know, that character when he did that back in the day. So it was good. It was really good. Speaking of like Netflix and stuff, what we're talking about, I've seen a couple. You seen any good movies lately on Netflix? I've seen two really good movies on Netflix.
I'm more on either Disney Plus or Hulu these days. Netflix, I feel like, is kind of doesn't have that much to offer anymore.
Yeah, I found
that's not a Stranger Things though.
Yeah, but they added a new section for like independent movies. I mean, they had some of their like original series. I watched season 3 of The Movies That Made Us, which was really good because season 3 of The Movies That Made Us, they talk about John Carpenter's Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, the first Friday the 13th movie, Aliens. Don't call it Alien 2. James Cameron will yell at you and say, "No, it's not. It's Aliens," which I found out from watching that. I said RoboCop. RoboCop. That's the other one. And Coming to America, Really
Nice.
great, really great. Yeah, I enjoyed that, and I didn't know this that the Sean Cunningham, that I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, the director of the first Friday the 13th, him and Wes Craven were in the same dorm down the hall from each other when they were in college, and West actually helped Sean out with some of the script of his Friday the 13th when he was trying to get that made, and Sean repaid the favor later on for Wes Craven when he was doing the first Nightmare on Elm Street. He was getting cut tight on the schedule of filming, and he had to set up three filming crews. You got film crew A, which was him, West, and then B and C, and Sean took up, I guess, directed the B crew on shooting stuff that West wasn't going to have time to shoot, and so simultaneously, basically you had the director of Friday the 13th co-directing, helping Nightmare on Elm Street.
Crazy links there.
Yeah, crazy links, but interesting, ain't it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
It is. He's like, what's this movie you're doing? And they were good friends. And I thought that was freaking great, and I love that series there, the movies that made us. I can't wait to see what else they do with that show. But I watched a independent movie. It had the guy who starred in We're the Millers, and Ed Harris and Elizabeth Olsen from the MCU, called Kodachrome. Ed Harris is dying of liver cancer, and he has 4 rolls of Comachrome that he wants developed, and the only place that does it is in Kansas City. And within a few days, they're going to stop developing Comachrome film. So his son, who's the guy who played, in We're the Millers, has nothing to do with Ed Harris, but the caretaker, Ed Harris's nurse, Elizabeth Olsen, convinces him he's dying of cancer. He wants you to go with him, go on a road trip. So they pretty much go on a road trip, and then you get to see why he's never talked to his father again, and all this stuff. And it's really great, really great. The ending had me, great movie.
Oh yeah. Might have to check that one out.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was really good. It had some really good humor and some good stuff. Ed Harris reminded me of my father. That's why I liked it so much, because he didn't hold back with the shit he said. He just gunpowder, he spoke his mind. And he's like, screw you, I'm dying of cancer. What the hell? I loved it. It was such a great movie, and that's pretty much what I've been watching. You've been hearing stuff of going on with wrestling. I mean, I don't watch WWE, but you've been hearing all the stuff that's been going on in that circus.
Before we get into that circus, I forgot to tell you, I actually got to meet Buddy Murphy the other day.
Really?
Came into my job. He is an avid patron apparently, and has been coming in with some other NXT talent here and there.
No way. So, tell me about this.
Yeah, so oh dude, it's pretty crazy. I about crapped my pants because I didn't realize it was him at first. And I'm standing there, doing my job, and I look over and I see him, and I'm like, nah, that's not him. There's no way. And so he does his thing and, goes on. And I was walking to the bathroom a little later, and he's coming out. I'm like, walk by. I'm like, no, that is him. That sure as hell is him. So, I definitely said what's up and all that kind of stuff. But, really nice guy. Really great stuff. Loves to play poker, I'll tell you that. But yeah, really great guy, man. I was really, really surprised when I met him.
Cool. That's cool. I've seen him wrestle a bunch. Excuse me. I've seen him wrestle a bunch when NXT used to come Daytona Beach. I would see him. He would come, right before anything, before he got big, and with NXT, and with the tag team with what was it, Wesley Blake, before they became tag team champions and all that. I've seen him wrestle quite a bit, but I always thought he was great in interviews and stuff. They said he's really down to earth guy, man. Really good.
Yeah, just a normal dude.
Yeah, that is cool. You got to meet him, man. You're like, hey, what's up? That is. Oh yeah,
cool. so crazy. But the touch on the craziness known as professional wrestling, WWE is shooting itself in the foot yet again with NXT 2.0, making me feel like Triple H is no longer in charge of the product. And this is on top of the slew of releases WWE made, including Nia Jax and others. Absolutely crazy, man. What is WWE doing? Like, seriously.
It is. It makes you question. It makes you question. It's like, what the hell are they doing? Because what is Vince? Vince took it from his hands because I guess Triple H was having some problems, medical problems, and he pretty much had to step away and they competed with AEW and that didn't work out. So they moved the Tuesday nights ratings. Adam Cole leaves, and they said the week after Adam Cole left and went to AEW, pretty much NXT's ratings dropped lower than what they have before, when Adam was on there. And when they had the segment on Dynamite Wednesday, when Adam was on there, the ratings jumped, so look who took their fan base with them, man, when they left NXT.
Yep.
Yeah.
But honestly, AEW's been killing it, and you look at some of the promos. Apparently, they had one the other night with CM Punk that was absolutely fire. And AEW, I think, is coming for WWE's throat. I'm saying it right now. I don't think that WWE is going to be able to ignore the fact that AEW exists. They are legitimate competition now, and we haven't seen it like this since the old WCW days, honestly. So it's going to be nuts, man.
Yeah, it definitely is going to be nuts. I don't know if you ever seen MJF's Twitter or not Twitter?
Oh my God!
You ever seen MJF's Facebook?
Yeah, that guy, I swear.
Yeah, have you seen his Facebook, man?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
I die laughing at this because it's freaking crazy, man. Because what the heck is it? I'm trying to pull it up here. Oh yeah, I thought this was funny as shit. Let me pull up my web browser here, my web browser capture. Come on, yeah, you're gonna be like, oh shit, when you see this here. Yeah, there we go. When Triple H, when he goes back to work.
That's awesome. That is awesome and so true.
Yeah, it's like they all left him. Like right here on the MJF's page, I died at this one here. Look, don't even think about it. So, Dad, remember when I said I was gonna done signing a heap of wrestlers? He said, "Don't even think about it." TK, they're all trash. And then of course,
oh man.
Yeah, Nia Jax, he had to comment on that. Even Dwayne couldn't help you this time. Couldn't have happened to a nicer person.
But you know why she got released, right?
No, why did she get released?
I mean, there's a lot of speculation, but what I think ultimately happened is that she is just an unsafe talent. She doesn't take very good care of her opponents, and you end up in a lot of situations where she has injured people. So it makes her a liability, and they're not going to want to continue dealing with that. That, and honestly, her storylines have kind of run their course. There's not much more I feel like they can actually do with her. So, yeah, I'm not too surprised.
Yeah, I could believe that because a lot of people said that she's unsafe. She's unsafe in the ring, and what she does is unsafe. And well, I mean, who would want to be? Would you want to be in the ring with her, knowing like she's?
Oh hell no!
Would
I'd rather be in the ring. I'd rather be in the ring with Seth Rollins than be in the ring with her.
Right. Exactly. I would too. I would rather be in the ring with Seth Rollins than Nia Jax.
And he's been known to injure people. So, I feel safer in Seth Rollins' hands than I would Nia Jax's. And I've seen her train before. I don't know if you remember that series they used to have on WWE Network that covered like the backstage of NXT in its earlier days.
Yeah.
But you see her with a lot of training sessions, and she is just flat out unsafe. You can see it in her wrestling. She is unsafe. She doesn't protect right. She doesn't do moves quite correctly. It's bad. It's just really bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Proving Grounds. I think that's what that was. Yeah, Proving Grounds. Yeah, that was the show. I remember that back when I used to own WWE Network. when I used to have it back in the day. I remember watching that, and the only reason why I kept WWE Network there towards the end was the fact that I'd watch pay-per-views. That's it, because I was like Grandpa from Lost Boys. It's like, you got TV guide and you don't have a TV. It's like, well, you read the TV guide, you don't need to see what's on TV. I watch pay-per-views. You don't watch Raw and SmackDown? No, because I watch pay-per-views to get the recap. Then I know what's going on. Right? They recap everything right there at the beginning of the each match. So I pretty much was like, oh, this is what's going on. Okay, let's see how this is going to turn out. Stinker. All right, let's move on. But that's the last time I watched WWE was actually about a year ago, when Undertaker retired. That was it. I quit watching after WrestleMania last year. I didn't watch any more Raw or SmackDown, and I didn't watch anything. I just fell off. But when I heard The Undertaker was retiring, I tuned in just to watch that, and then I was pretty much done with it afterwards. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That pretty much was it. But I just moved on from it. I've been watching IWTV, Independent Wrestling Television. They've had some really great promotions on there. I watch Defy Wrestling out of Portland, Oregon. Up in the Portland, Oregon, Washington, Seattle area. Really great promotion. Their production is just like, wow. They're really great. PCW, Pacific Coast Wrestling, and out in California right there. A lot of big name peoples come through there. I mean... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Including my good friend Alex Zane, who's a former WWE talent with NXT. He's been working over there, too, along with GCW and a lot of these nice, big independent promotions that they have that are still making it happen on the independent scene. So, yeah, man, definitely some good stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I enjoy watching PCW Ultra. I love that. I'm subscribed to it on YouTube, so I get the notification when matches pop up. I'm trying. I got behind on watching FGW, Future Great Wrestling, out of Ohio. Yeah. Cody Hawk promotion. I want to say congratulations to Cody Hawk and Shauna Reed for tying the knot finally. Nice. Raise a glass to you. Here's to you guys. Congratulations. I was happy to hear about that there when them tying the knot. I was happy about that. Because Cody Hawk, man, he's trained a lot of fucking people. Cody fucking Hawk, man. Oh, yeah. Sammy Callahan. A lot of people. John Moxley. Eli Drake. Just to name a few off the top of the head there. Shauna Reed. Hardcore Heather Owens. There you go. The list goes on and on. All the people he's trained. And even a lot of talent there at FGW he's trained. I'm trying to get caught up on that there. I don't know if you watched anything else with wrestling lately or seen anything. No, not too much, honestly. I've been working so much, it's not even funny. Me too. Yeah, that's basically all we do. We work and we try to, promote our products, promote our brands, and promote Podcast City Network, man. That's us.
Yeah. That's life sometimes, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know we were like 2 men down. 2 men down. Yeah. We're 2 men down, and we're keeping it strong.
Making it happen.
Yeah, that's all. Living the dream. We're living the dream, baby. We're taking that boat and we're cruising
Living
on.
the dream. Living the dream.
Cough off that lung. Cough.
I sit on the floor right now. Oh my gosh.
I had to throw that in there, but that's all I pretty much have been doing there, and it's really been great, and it's great doing these live shows. I haven't done them in a while. I want to get back to the swing of things with doing podcast. I got to open up my address book up, contact book, and start hitting people up. Try to get some people on here. You've been killing it with Final Score, man. Having great guests come on and stuff. And man, what are you up to now? 128, 127.
Yeah, about to have episode 128 this Tuesday. So yeah, if any sports fans out there, definitely make sure to check it out. Facebook.com/PCN Final Score. We'll be live at 9:00 on Tuesday. Not sure who my guest will be quite yet, but last week we had S Money of Fixed Edge on. The week before that we had JDM of Not a Hockey Market podcast on. So who knows? We'll see who we got, but definitely should be a great show. Going to talk some NFL Week 10 predictions. I think I did pretty good this week in my predictions, so we'll see what my overall record is now. I'm still in the plus, so we'll see what happens. Also going to talk a lot of college football. Had some huge upsets with Michigan State going down. Again, to a Purdue team that just seems pesky to any team in the top 10. And then going to talk about the Braves, man. The Braves winning the World Series. A lot of great stuff that's going to be going on. Should be a great show. Got a buttload of memes that we're going to be showing off this week that I'm really proud of. So it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. Episode 128 this Tuesday.
Nice. I want to give a shout out to your one co-host that's not been on the show for a while, Craig James. What's up, man? Thinking about you. Hope all's good and well, man. We miss you. Behind the scenes of Podcast City Network. Definitely do.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
That
do.
man's a workaholic. He is working his butt off right now. So I do not, envy him in any kind of way. But hey, gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. So
oh yeah,
he's making it happen. So. But I can tell everybody he's doing good. He's even talked about possibly trying to come on for at least for like a one-off or two here soon. So we'll definitely see if that happens. Definitely be real exciting if it does. But yeah, just stay tuned and we'll see what happens.
I wanted to throw this out there. Since we're talking about Craig, here, I'm going to raise my glass again. Congratulations, Greg and
Cheyenne.
I always forget her name. I want to call her Shauna or Sheena. But congratulations, you two. I saw that. That was a cool way he did it. I love that.
Oh yeah, they caught him off guard too, and I got to see a lot of the pictures and everything before it was done. They had a photographer come in. I was acting like they were just taking pics of the weekend, and they were over there. I think on Lake Erie, if I'm not mistaken, and yeah, they got some great shots, and he just came out of nowhere and hit her with the ring. So
about time,
yeah, great stuff.
About time, man.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
About time.
Ain't lying.
Congratulations. I'm what makes me more happy, what makes me a lot happy, Chris, is seeing people finding happiness with each other and taking that next step in a relationship and spending the rest of their life with each other. That puts a smile on my face because next year I'll be 10 years with my wife. We've been together for 11 and 10 years marriage next year.
Very nice.
Yeah. can't believe it. I wonder. It's like, why has she not killed me yet?
I know that feeling.
Yeah, it's like, why has she not killed me yet? Because she's strong and she puts up a lot of shit, and I can be hard. I can be hard, but man, this has been great. Anything else you want to promote here before we close? Before I throw in my plugs, go ahead and plug.
Oh, definitely. Plug. Yeah, definitely check out also tomorrow me and S Money for I guess where are we up to now? Episode 36 of Fixed Edge. Going to be talking some sports lines. Now we're going to be post baseball, so should have some new content going on. Also going to talk the Monday Night Football game and give you our picks for that and how you need to be smart by having a system. Because the biggest thing is that we don't gamble, we put things into a system and invest. So biggest thing there. Definitely make sure to check that out at Fixed Edge on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and we'll be live on YouTube. Just search Fixed Edge Investing and hit the subscribe button on there, as well as Final Score. We're on everything, absolutely everything. Just search keyword Final Score, one word, whether it be on social media or on your favorite podcasting platform. You can find us on there. Hit the like, follow, and subscribe buttons. That way you guys can get the latest and greatest from us, including the dopest memes, the latest sports stories, and of course, live episodes of Final Score with episode 128 this Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern on Facebook Live.
Nice. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much. And let me throw this out here. Not the want to start a podcast, but since I got it up, let me go ahead. You want to start a podcast? You want to try to get it to grow? podcastcity.net/services over on podcastcity.net can offer a lot of social media advertising, marketing, live stream hosting, custom logo design, branding, transcripts, services, custom intro and outro, video, audio editing, and video editing, press kits, one-on-one consulting, and much, much more. So don't wait. Contact us today.
Yeah, buddy.
All brought to you by Podcast City Network, your top source for independent podcasting. Be sure to follow Podcast City Network over on podcastcity.net. Hit them up on Facebook, Podcast City Network, Twitter at Podcast City Net, YouTube, Podcast City Network, and Twitch, Podcast City Network, and Instagram, Chris, is Podcast City Network.
At Podcast City Net.
At Podcast City Net. And you can listen to audio portions of the Everett Lee Show. You subscribe to the audio versions over on Amazon Music, Everett Lee Show, Podbeam, iHeartRadio, Stitcher Radio, iTunes, and Podcast City Network, your top source for independent podcasting. And shout out to all the great shows and content over on podcastcity.net. And we couldn't do it without you. And that is it for this live stream. I'll be back at another day, another time for another live episode. Because these are spontaneous, man. I pop up like hemorrhoids every once in a while. I don't know what else to say.
There's my other lung.
There it is. Oh, yeah. So, Everett Lee signing off. Everyone have a great night, and we'll see you again next time for another episode of the Everett Lee Show. Peace.